Lesson 7.
Hey everybody, this is Brittany. How's it going? Welcome to another video. So today, in this video, I'm going to cover what is called the circle of fifths, and I'll explain to you what that means. Today's objective is to learn what is the circle of fifths, how does it work, and how to apply it when you're playing scales on the piano. You're now going to add sharps and flats to your scales. We've been playing in the key of C, right? So far we've learned scales. We've learned them in both hands. And then last time we did the chromatic scale, right? We did that last time. So today we're gonna do.
You can do the black keys too.
Yeah, we included the black keys, the sharps and the flats. So shout out to Kyle, who's my cameraman. I couldn't do this without him. Thank you, Kyle. Also check out his channel, Pirate Kyle 1999 as well. He puts pirate stuff up there.
Or Captain Saltwater Silver.
Yep. So he's got a couple of channels going on. So anyway, feel free to check out his content. He has some pretty cool stuff too.
I can make some videos.
Yeah, well, maybe when we're out of quarantine, it might be a little more exciting, but I don't know. You could show off your pop figures.
Well, that's true.
You could show off your Undertaker pop figures collection. He's into that whole WrestleMania thing. But anyway, those of you that are into WrestleMania, check out Kyle's channel. He's got all kinds of stuff. So, all right. So we're going to be covering the circle of fifths. What is the circle of fifths? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get at our piano, right? We're going to get oriented to the piano. We're going to make sure we're in the center, right? We're going to make sure that middle C is directly in front of us because that's where we're going to start, is middle C. And today we're only working with the right hand. So go ahead and put your left hand away and put your right hand in, put your left hand out. All right, not doing the hokey pokey at the piano, but just decided to have a little fun today. All right, so the circle of fifths, what is it? So we all know how to play a C major scale, right? Starting with our number 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, across all of our scales, pretty much at least these ones, okay, these major scales, even minor scales, we'll get to those next video, but these will always, your scales are always going to be the same in every key with the circle of fifths, okay? I'll explain what this means. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a fifth, right? So you have from C to G is a fifth. So the next thing we're going to do, this is how you find your next scale, right? We're going to now start adding sharps and flats into our scales, right? You remember what sharps and flats are? Those are the black keys. So sharps and flats. So since we're going to be in the key of G, we're going to call it G sharp, which is also known as an A flat if you're playing in the key of A, right? But if you're playing it in the key of G, we're going to call it G sharp, okay? So, G, we're going to start, we could start up here or we could start an octave lower in the key of G, okay? So to find the G, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the G scale is the same fingering. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to cross over. I'm going to start lower. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to cross over again. 1, 2, 3. That doesn't sound right, does it? That does not sound right. It sounds a little, little weird. So how do we correct that? 1, 2, 3, and then we cross our thumb over. 1, 2, 3. On our fourth finger, we raise it to G sharp. Does that sound much better? As opposed to right? That doesn't sound right. That sounds a little awkward. And then when we're climbing back down, we're doing it the same way. Right? Our fourth finger hits what is called G sharp, right? How do we find the next key? Well, we start from our number 1 position in the key of G, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, again 5. What is that note? That's a D, right? And you'll notice too when it's between the 2 black keys, just down, that's a D, right? A D has 2 sharps in it. We're going to call this since we're in the key of D, it's an F sharp, okay? Normally you would play, that's a different chord, that's a different key, that's a different thing. Okay, but D, the notes in a D scale are D, E, F sharp. And that's going to be on your number 3 finger. Your third finger, you're going to raise that third finger. You're not going to play, right? That's an F, right? We're going to instead play an F sharp to make it major. So 1, 2, 3, we're going to put our third finger up and then again cross over. That's not right, is it? That's a C normally, but you're actually going to raise your fourth finger to a C sharp. Your fourth finger is going to play C sharp. Your third finger is going to play F sharp. Okay, since we're in the key of D, we're only working with sharps. Flats are typically used if you're playing a song in a certain key. Like, if I had to include, then I would say that's a B flat, right? I would say that this is a D flat. Since I'm playing in the key of D, if I was playing a different note, I'd call that a D flat. That black key right up there. Okay? But this is... Flats are typically used when you're reading sheet music. But for now, we're sticking to sharps. So, I want you to notice something, though. Notice when we were in the key of C, right? No sharps or flats, no black keys, right? When we were in the key of G, there was 1 sharp. When we were in the key of D, 2 sharps, right? So, do you see a pattern? Each scale, we're adding a sharp. Our next key is A, and that's going to have 3 sharps in it. So it gets complicated. It gets more and more, difficult. How do we find that? We start with our D. And we find A. I'm going to do it an octave lower. So we're going to go 1, our number 1 is A, right? A1. 1, 2, we're going to raise our third finger. We would typically go, that's a C, right? But we're going to raise our third finger to a C sharp. Then we're going to cross over to D, E. We're not going to play an F here. We're going to play an F sharp. And then a G sharp. And then an A. So your third and fourth fingers are going to play F sharp and G sharp. So now you have 3 sharps. Let's play that again. Remember to raise that third finger. Cross over. 1, 2. We're going to raise that third finger again. Fourth finger. Raise it. And then you're back on A. We'll come back down. So feel free to, you know, if I'm going fast here, feel free to stop it, pause it, rewind it, and play along, okay? How do we find our next key is E? How do we find that? A, B, C sharp, D, E. Okay? Remember, that's our 5th finger. E is going to have 4 sharps. So it's going to get even harder from here. So E, this is an F sharp, G sharp, that's our 2nd and 3rd finger. Again, we're going to cross over to A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. Gotta kind of have to be careful. See, I just kind of accidentally, that E is really close to that D sharp, okay? So you're gonna want to, your pinky's gonna have to curl in a little bit. It's gonna feel a little weird. So you're gonna raise not only your 3rd finger, now you're raising your 2nd finger too. So E, you're raising your 2nd finger, you're raising your 3rd finger, you're crossing over to your 1st finger again. 2nd, you're raising your 3rd and 4th fingers and back to E. So that's how you play that. The next one gets even harder. Okay, so feel free to practice that. Go ahead and pause this video and practice that. So notice this has 4 sharps. Our next one's gonna have 5 sharps. Okay? So how do we find our E? B, C sharp, or I'm sorry, F sharp. B, F sharp, G sharp, A, and then B. Right? B is going to get even harder because it has 5 sharps in it. Okay? You're going to start with number 1 on your B. You're going to raise your 2nd finger, that's a C sharp. That's a D sharp on the 3rd finger. Cross over with your thumb, your number 1 on E. F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. See how it gets a little more, you're adding a lot of sharps. Now we got a little problem here.
What's the problem?
So we can't find our next key by doing our 5th finger. So typically we would circle back to C. So that is why it's called the circle of 5ths. You find it that's how you can find it. So from C to G to D, and I'm playing that with my thumb and my 5th finger, okay? So C to G, D to A, E to B. And then you're going to go back to C. Well, what about all the other keys? We'll get there. We'll get there. That's going to be a more advanced set of videos, but we will get there. So typically in the left hand, it's going to be the same fingering as the last time, as you know, your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. So if you want to practice those, I'm going to run you through those and then I'm going to stop this video and move on to the next one. That one gets complicated. Okay, but you can do it. Now in the left hand, it gets complicated. That's a totally different thing. So just stick with the right for now, with the B, because that one's a little bit different. So, all right, guys. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. And you can ring my bell. So go ahead and hit that bell if you like my content and you want to get notifications every single time I come on. Feel free. Again, another disclaimer, I am not a music major. I'm simply doing this for fun because I want to show people how I learned how to play the piano. So I am not a music major. I am not a music teacher professionally. So if you're looking for somebody that's professional, I'm just here to have fun. That's all I do. Okay? All right, y'all. Take care. Have a good day.